Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. The NASCAR Xfinity Series, Alsco uniforms 302 from Las Vegas. 302 miles, 201 laps. Race 1 of the round of 12 for the playoff series. For the playoffs. If anything is like that truck race last night in Las Vegas, oh boy. We're going to have some good racing. We're going to have some playoff drivers that have trouble. It's going to be fun. First time winner last night, Chris Neckis. That's awesome. So we're going to run down the play. We're going to first kind of talk about the playoffs, and then we'll get into the race. The 12 drivers are in playoffs. We have Austin Cindric, who's plus 39. The regular season champion, AJ Allmendinger, who's plus 39 as well. They're tied. Now, one thing that's really cool about both these drivers, they win on different types of tracks. AJ Allmendinger, he's got 4 wins this year. Las Vegas, Mid-Ohio, Michigan, Bristol. 4 completely different tracks. We have 3 completely different tracks in the first round of the playoffs. Now in the second round of the playoffs, we have Texas, Kansas, Martinsville, 2.5 miles, and then a short track. Then we into Phoenix. Now Austin Cindric, he won at Daytona, Pocono, Phoenix, Dover, and then the Indy Road Course. So again, different types of tracks, different styles of racing. So these 2 guys will have one heck of a playoff run, I believe. Justin Allgaier, plus 15. Noah Gragson, plus 12. Those 2 wins helped him so much in the regular season. That was 10 bonus points. So he would be right now outside of the playoff, outside of the cutoff, if he would not have won those 2 races at Darlington and Richmond. That's 5 points each. Justin Haley plus 10, Daniel Hemrick plus 9, Chet Burton plus 4, Harrison Burton plus 3. Those are the 8 as of right now that are transferring. Now, obviously, things are going to change throughout this race, throughout the next race, etc. Myatt Snider is minus 3, Brandon Jones minus 5, Riley Herbst minus 7, Jeremy Clements minus 8. Now, these guys, they got work to do, but everybody has work to do. The one thing about Jeremy Clements is he has won on a road course before in the Xfinity Series. A couple years ago, he won, I believe it was Watkins Glen. No, maybe it was Mid-Ohio, one of those road courses. Now I'm going to look it up, because I'm curious. And I do that. I'll start on something like, I don't remember for sure, and see when it was. It was Road American in 2017. So he can win a race in the Xfinity Series. What if he is 12th place, 50 points out, wins at the Roval? He moves on. You win in this first round, you automatically move to the final 3, the second round. So yeah, could be interesting. Now, my picks for the first 4 out, so it means the 4 that's not going to transfer to the second round, Riley Herbst, Myatt Snider, Jeremy Clements, Brandon Jones. Now, of course, I can be wrong. That's what makes this fun, because I could be wrong, but I also could be right. Now, the 4 that I think will go to Phoenix to race for the 2021 NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship. You cannot go against Austin Cindric, AJ Allmendinger. I think Justin Allgaier, he's been there like 3 of the last 4 years, and then Justin Haley. And what's really, if you look at the season, the 1.5 miles, we've earned 9 previous 1.5 mile intermediate tracks for the Xfinity Series. Justin Allgaier averaged 9.1 finish with 2 wins. Justin Haley 10.1. Noah Gragson 10.2 with a win. Jeremy Clements 10.5. So he's actually run well in 1.5 miles. I think if he can get through this first round, make up those 8 points he's currently behind, he could do something in that second round, especially those 2.5 miles. People have trouble. Austin Cindric 11.3. He's got to pick up the 1.5 mile game. But if you look at his last few 1.5 mile finishes, Darlington 3rd, Nashville 32nd. That wasn't great. Texas 3rd, Charlotte 2, Darlington 30th, Atlanta 13th, Vegas 4th, Homestead 5th. So I mean, he's had some good runs, but he's also had some bad runs. 30th at Darlington, 32nd in Nashville. If he cannot have those runs in the playoffs, he definitely can move on. AJ Allmendinger 12.2 with 1 win. Happened to be at Vegas. Myatt Snyder, a 20.3 average. He did get that win at Homestead earlier in the season. Can he do that again? I don't think so. I think he's kind of a who we want to race, win the playoffs. That was kind of it. And I don't know if he's returning to Richard Childress next year. No, Sheldon Creed is taking over or running an Xfinity Series car for Richard Childress. I don't know if it's a 2-car team or if Sheldon is replacing Myatt Snyder. That hasn't been announced yet. Of course, there's always that kid, the 18-year-old ARCA driver, Ty Gibbs, I think is his name. He's got to win at Charlotte. He's two races on the 1.5 miles this year. Could he be a factor for the win? Who knows? Now, if you look at just Vegas in the spring, AJ Allmendinger won, followed by Daniel Hemrick, Brandon Jones, Austin Cindric, and Noah Gragson. For the Xfinity Series drivers, their career at Vegas. AJ Allmendinger, 1 race, 1 win, average of 1.0. Noah Gragson, 5 races, average of 4.0, but he has 4 top 5s. Harrison Burton, 3 races, average 7.67. Brandon Jones, 7 races, average of 9.29. Justin Allgaier, 7 races, average of 9.57. And Jeff Burton, 1 race, average of 10th, because he finished 10th. Justin Haley, 5 races, average of 11.0. Now, when I do my picks, I do 3 picks. Last week, and I've done this in the Truck Series multiple times. If you follow Robert Sports Show at all, you know what I'm talking about here. Last week at Bristol, I picked Noah Gragson, Ty Gibbs, Colic Racing. Colic Racing finished 1, 6, 24th. So this week, I am picking Justin Allgaier because he's definitely ran well at Vegas in the past. He is a championship contending driver. I am also picking Austin Cindric, our runner-up for the regular season title. I do in the Truck Series. I picked KBM a lot, and Kyle and John Hunter kind of went back and forth. I'm picking Colic Racing. I did that at Bristol. They won. I'll do it here. Maybe I'm a good luck charm and I pick Colic Racing. They win. Now, I'm a fan of racing. I'm not typically just like 1 or 2 drivers like some people are. I'm a fan of teams. I love Henry Motorsports. I don't like Kyle Larson. I like Joe Gibbs. I don't like Denny Hamlin. I like Roger Penske. Not a big Toy Logano, Brad Keselowski fan. So, when I see owners do interviews and people that run the VPs and all that do interviews and stuff, and you kind of get to know their story and kind of understand how they are as a team. Chris Rice and Mark Colic, I'm like, really kind of like what they're doing. They've been in the Xfinity Series for a few years. Now they're moving up to the Cup Series next year. They've got a Cup win this year with AJ Allmendinger. I like him. I like him a lot. So yeah, I'm going to go with Colic Racing here. Which Colic Racing is AJ Allmendinger, Jeff Burton, Justin Haley. So obviously, any of those 3 when I pick. So technically, I did 5 picks. I know. But sometimes these teams, you just do with a team that you know that team's going to win. I almost went JR Motorsports, Colic Racing. But, because it could be either Justin Allgaier or Noah Gragson. Alright, so that is the Alsco Uniforms 302 NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Vegas tonight. Preview, along with the playoff preview. The first 4 out in the playoffs after the first round, I think, will be Riley Herbst, Jeremy Clements, Myatt Snyder, Brandon Jones. The final 4 to go to Phoenix to run for the championship. Austin Cindric, AJ Allmendinger, Justin Allgaier, Justin Haley. Be the battle of Justin. My picks to win the race: Justin Allgaier, Austin Cindric, and Colic Racing. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day, have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.